call on the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Mr. President. We wish to thank Madam Helen Lalim for the report on the very difficult situation in Haiti. We listened with interest to the statement delivered by Madam Doyon. We welcome the personal presence of His Excellency Mr. Claude Joseph, Minister for Foreign Affairs of Haiti. Unfortunately, with every meeting, the Security Council on Haiti, alarming reports continue to arrive. In the 3 months since we considered the previous report, Haiti has endured fresh major upheaval. We are very disappointed in the fact that the quest for a long overdue solution to the protracted internal political crisis has yet again been deferred sine die. The failure over the past 2 years to establish effective, mutually respectful dialogue between the key political forces has spawned a situation whereby the levers of governance are concentrated in the executive branch. Amid these circumstances, the internal political tensions could have been reduced the level of legislative and judicial branch and professional, equipped, and adequately funded law enforcement. Unfortunate could have plummeted, and yet this has not yet transpired in the country. The absence of adequate political will has resulted in the fact that what is necessary to stabilize parliamentary elections has been deferred for 3 years already. Apparently, the situation will not be resolved in the near future. The absence of stable governance to effectively resolve the day-to-day problems has resulted in illegal armed groups rearing their heads. These groups continuously fight for spheres of influence. As a result, a volatile mix has emerged from the tenuous system of governance, an absence of law and order, and ongoing rampant violence by the groups. The suffering of ordinary civilians is compounded by the regularity of natural disasters. There's an urgent need to address such issues common to all states as combating unemployment and improving overall standards of living. However, ordinary civilians are most concerned with the staggering absence of physical safety for the population. We cannot but be appalled by the information in the report from the World Bank that in 2021, 60% of Haitians will fall under the poverty threshold. The government's paralysis has created onerous obstacles for international cooperation and assistance. We note the efforts done under these difficult circumstances by UN systems, including the Secretary General's Peacebuilding Fund, to support the authorities in the country in the advancement of important programs to curb violence and to achieve DDR. Clearly, such a dire state in a coastal dire circumstances in a coastal state require consolidated international support, first and foremost from regional neighbors. In this connection, we are dismayed by the decision to forcibly return to Haiti those who cobbled together the totality of their means to leave Haiti in search of better lives for their children. The plans to return to Haiti 14,000 individuals, in addition to the 8,000 Haitians who have already returned, is troubling. During the discussion of the previous report in June, we all voiced the following hope that the initial glimmers of a fragile process of nationwide political dialogue would help to duly facilitate the conduct and preparations of presidential and parliamentary elections. However, all optimistic forecasts collapsed in the wake of the abhorrent assassination of President Jovenel Moïse on 7 July. Regardless of who is responsible for this crime, a blow was dealt to the entire Haitian people. For this specific reason, there is a tremendous need to identify and hold accountable the perpetrators in this grisly crime. The Secretary General's report mentions the request for the United Nations to assist in the investigation. There's important need to ensure that all available means be used to help the Haitians in this process. Evidently, the decision as to how the country can extricate itself from the crisis needs to be made solely by the Haitians themselves through wide-ranging nationwide dialogue. Hence, we welcome efforts to seek consensus among the opposing social forces in the country regarding their future. We have taken note of the agreement arrived at on 11 September for elections to be held by 2022. We believe that the imposition on the Haitian people of any convenient resolutions by external players or experts will merely further exacerbate the situation. The United Nations mission and its chief, the Special Representative of the Secretary General, have been called upon to help facilitate the establishment of inclusive inter-Haitian dialogue. Port-au-Prince needs accountable international assistance, and the situation that has unfolded places particular responsibility on the UN presence there. Russia stands ready to continue assisting Haiti both bi and multilaterally. In order to assist in eradicating the consequences of natural disasters, we, jointly with the WHO, delivered medical and surgical kits. We intend to continue to help ensure that the UN Security Council play a constructive role in normalizing the situation in Haiti, strengthening sovereignty and self-sufficiency of Haiti, and improving the lives and safety of its citizens. Thank you for your attention.
I thank you for your statement.